Today's topic will just cover a few general productivity habits that I have incorporated, or a few lifestyle changes. So if that is your interest, do watch this video. And if you have any worthwhile suggestions or ideas to add down below in the comments, please do so, because I'm constantly looking out for either productivity apps, tools, habits to change. Okay. So the first one that I'm pretty sure all of you are aware of, which I always talk about, is keeping your workstation clean. Okay. Now, obviously, unless of course you can afford a maid in the house or a cleaner or something, it's pretty hard to do it all by yourself. Okay. Let's be realistic. Unless you are this hardcore Spartan disciplined guy, like a chef who cleans his kitchen super clean. Watch the movie Shrimp. What? Ants on a Shrimp. The chef, he's one of the top chefs in the world. If you have to book a place in his restaurant, at least there's a 2-year waiting period. And in this documentary, Ants on the Shrimp, he had one of the the most in-demand restaurant. It was awarded globally all over the world. He just shuts it down, goes to Japan. And once he's in Japan, he spends the time researching, and he decides he's going to open a Japanese-styled restaurant. But what's going to be unique about this is all the ingredients are going to be Japanese. Now you will say that, so what? Japan, you get everything from Japan. Now the difference being is all the ingredients are natural. Like if he's going to put anything, it's going to be sourced from the forest and not by a company, by himself. So he would go with his team, taste leaves, taste flowers, see what is the science behind its composition, use totally new ingredients which have never been used. And as you open this one also, it became a runaway success. They were his restaurants have limited seating, and he doesn't take more than he can give individual attention to. So again, there was a 2-year waiting period. The thing that really hit me about what this guy used to do is, after every day, you can imagine how greasy, dirty a kitchen gets. He used to literally clean the whole kitchen with his team, so clean that you could lick the floor and it would be clean. He would, in one of the scenes, I remember, he was cleaning the table with a cloth, and he brought his face up to the nose. He brought his face to the surface, just to clean, to make sure that it was so, sparkling. That really hit me. And ever since, I've been trying to maintain that level of, mastery where cleanliness is concerned. So I always clean my room. And it's very important to keep things in place. It's very challenging for me, especially with books. And now that I have a baby, I keep everything clean, and my baby just throws it all over. So I've limited my babies coming into my room. And if she does come, it's with my wife. And I tell my wife, be careful, wires and all these things. So because I'm constantly adding and removing things in my room, the challenge is to keep it better, And I think if you have cables, wires, connectors, accessories, it's a very big challenge. So the first one is cleanliness and orderliness. Okay. The second thing which I did, which was rather strange, was I went to my LinkedIn and I saw it after a long time. I didn't pay attention to my LinkedIn at all I don't network with anyone on LinkedIn. So I saw and I thought to myself, what the fuck is all this? This recommendation plus plus plus, and he's good at this skill, that skill. So what I did is I deleted everything that was not necessary. I deleted all my old experiences. Who the fuck cares? Just what I'm doing lately is put there, and I might modify that again to remove anything else. I'll just keep one. Then what else? I removed all old videos, all old articles. I deleted any excess that was there. Keep it bare bones minimum. And most important was I updated my bio. I found a lot of outdated links to websites and so many other things which are not required. I removed all of them. Okay. I also went to my Facebook and I updated my bio. Sometimes you don't pay attention to this. And I deleted anything that was not necessary. Why the fuck should people know where I worked 20 years ago? How does it benefit anyone? So I removed all that. I only kept what is required. And even my email signature, I have always changed it. Now I've kept my email signature. Before it was like links to my YouTube channel, links to my Instagram, links to this, links to that. Now I've just put it as Loy Machedo, personal branding strategist, my number, and that's it. The website if anyone wants to check. So simplified, So I updated all my bios everywhere. Whichever photographs had to be changed got changed. Then the other thing which I've started to do is productivity apps. Started to be a little particular about the apps that I use. Lately, okay, I'll tell you the apps that I've always used. The apps that I've always used, because I'm a Mac user, Clean My Mac is very important. It cleans up everything. Unlike Windows, which always leaves stuff in the registry and programs get half uninstalled, and Clean My Mac, just one click, everything gets sorted out. Unwanted programs. It gives you a screenshot of the programs you don't use and whatever you need to get rid of. So one is Clean My Mac. Clean My Mac X I use. The second one I use is a Daisy Disk. Daisy Disk it just identifies what is stored on your computer that takes the maximum space. It just gives you like a pie chart, and it's very easy to navigate. You just click and you can remove it out. I'll see if I can put links below or the names below. I'm not particularly interested in any affiliate links or getting any commission. I'm just giving this as a kind of public service thing for you. So Daisy Disk is another one. I use it. It's really nice. Gemini was app that I used for software that I used for finding duplicate files, folders, videos, images. So I got rid of all that. Gemini, but I don't use that so much. So the main one which I use every day almost is Clean My Mac. Second one is Daisy Disk, because I'm a video content creator. The third one which I've just installed, I don't know how far it is useful, is Alfred. Alfred, it seems, is a single app whereby you have everything. He's like an assistant to you. You have to search anything, you just type in the search, copy paste. It seems there are a lot more other functions. I still have to discover what Alfred is, because I've not used Alfred. Another one that I used, which I just installed, it was just to see what is taking up resources or what is slowing down my network. So iStats is a paid app. I've been using it here and there, but I don't know how far it is necessary. But if it's necessary for you, you can use it. The other stuff, I'm still waiting for the new version, Active Docs. Active Docs kind of makes the Windows, the iMac, you know, like the Windows Explorer, the menu makes it very easy to navigate like the Windows. So I just downloaded the trial version. I don't seem to be using it that much. So let's see whether I'll use it or not. I'm still not very convinced about a password manager. There is Dashlane and there is one password, and there are 2-3 others, so not too sure about them. So let's see if I were to use it. So those are productivity apps. So I constantly search for stuff. The one thing which I tend to follow is I will not keep any jazzy stuff like, the changing desktop, beautiful imagery and all that. I just like to keep my desktop black. So it's very simple. I keep least amount of folders, just 1 or 2. I don't clutter the whole bloody window with folders. And every day after I finish, everything has to be deleted, everything has to be gone. Especially fucking WhatsApp. Oof. WhatsApp and emails and messages. It just drives you mad. The other tip that I would give you is, if you're going to deal with a problematic client, so before I finish, if you know any apps, any worthwhile apps that you think increase productivity, do share them with me. I don't need to-do lists. I don't need calendars. I don't need working with teams and all that. I work alone, so just giving you a heads up. And that iFlux changing the colors, I found it giving me a headache. I'm just okay with the normal. Okay, so I was telling you, when I'm dealing with problematic clients who give me a headache, or I know clients that just sap out my resources, what I tend to do is I'll always deal with my client, the first thing. Like, let's say I finished sleeping. After I wake up, I'll drink coffee, whether it's a nap or whatever. I drink a coffee, I have a shower, drink a coffee, meditate a little bit, open all the tasks related to that client, get them ready. And I would have made sure that I send the client a message in advance. This is what is expected. This is what we are going to do. This is what you need. So everything in a single checklist. So when the client comes up, we are good to go. And yes, very important, especially if you're working remote, just make sure that the connectivity is proper. Otherwise, it's such a headache to keep getting interrupted. And there should be no noise at the background. I tell my wife, tell the client also. So it's always good to deal with the most difficult person first. And another tip I'll give you, when dealing with the critical client, it's extremely important that you do not have distractions. Like when I do my UAE based videos, it kind of takes a lot out of me. So what I tend to do is my iPhone, smartphone, even my other Android device, I put it on airplane mode. So there's not a single message that will come, nothing. I turn it the other way around. My iPads, my gaming devices, all are switched off away from me. I tell my wife in advance, so she makes sure that the baby is sleeping, or there's no hassles. So I have to plan out the day. Sometimes it takes 1 day, 2 days of planning just for that. Room is clean, everything. I even plan out and track, okay, I'm going to get up at this time, sleep at this time. My energy levels will be this way, that way. So I adjust accordingly. In fact, for the last UAE-based video, I made sure that I had informed my wife on the agenda that it can happen today or tomorrow, depends on my energy levels. So she kept, like a backup ready in case anytime I say I have to start, she'll just take the baby in the other room. So the bedding was kept there. I had cleaned the room, especially where the camera angle is. You don't want stuff hanging or plastic bags or wires or whatever. So I made sure that area of the camera was perfect. I'd kept the lights, I'd kept the camera, I'd kept the script, everything ready. It just, everything has to feel right. Then I also kept my energy drinks. This new energy drink that I drink is concentrated in caffeine. I would caution you, if you are going to try it. It's, I don't know, called vitamin C or something. Vitamin C. I'll put a screenshot. Be careful when you drink this, because it has concentrated caffeine. For me, it's my new favorite. Before, it used to be Red Bull, but Red Bull I found just is sugary. It does nothing to me. I've drank up to 18 Red Bulls. I drank 18 Red Bulls back to back. Nothing happened. It doesn't work on me. For some people it works. It doesn't work on me. Tea is strong. Espresso is really strong. It increases my heart rate. But this new drink makes me aggressive. It's, I don't know. I think the combination of herbs or whatever it uses really makes me like pissed off and angry and sharp. So I would caution you if you're going to have this. And when I have something that's critical, I drink my espresso first, give it a little gap. Then I have this energy drink just 15-20 minutes before my session, so that power stays. I might have up to, like, each one lasts 2 hours. The energy, if you see my previous video, Dubai, I was hyper creative, sharp. It was one of my best videos in a long time. It's because I elevated my energy levels, concentration, everything to the max. Just to give you an idea, what happens after that. After I finished that session, my energy just dropped, and for the next day I was a zombie. It affected my mood, affected my feeling. I was feeling lethargic, I was feeling grumpy. It was bad. Okay, so I elevated myself to this level. And yes, you should know how your body reacts to certain foods. Like if I have a peanut butter jam sandwich, I know how I'll feel for the next few hours. If I have eggs, I know how my body will feel. If I have eggs with salt and pepper and bread, there's a different feeling. If I have chicken, if I have soup, there's a different feeling. If I have a canned item, if I eat in a restaurant, if I eat spicy. So each food item that I eat, I know the reaction to my body. It's very important for you to also know the food that you eat. What reaction does it have? How long does it stay for how many hours? Like, I'll give you an example. Yesterday I had an ice cream with my wife. We went out. It was amazing. It was cool, refreshing. I had the ice cream. I didn't feel anything at that time. However, after 1 hour, I started to feel the effects of high sugar, especially having had that surgery. And it was making me feel really like dead, It's like I'm feeling tired. I went to sleep. Now just imagine, I had sugar, I went to sleep. When I woke up, at first I didn't feel anything. And I said, let's go, I'll have coffee now. When I got up and to drive, automatically, I don't know what the fuck happened. My sugar just started to drop very fast. I could literally feel it. And before I knew it, I was sweating profusely. And my body was shivering. And I knew I had to take in some kind of fruit juice, something. And to my utter horror, where I was driving, no matter where I went, I was not able to get any fruits. Luckily, I was able to get one lady selling fresh orange juice with no sugar. Just gobbled up 2 of them, and kind of stabilized after, I think, another 1 hour or so. When I recollected what had happened, it affected my mood very badly. I became very aggressive, very jittery. I was not at all stable, and that's not a good thing. It's very bad, And I've realized that as I'm becoming older, I need to be aware of my mood swings. I need to be aware of my habits, because when you're young, you have a father, mother. If you go out of line, they will shout at you or make you a little scared, and you get back on track. But when you're an adult, you have your own money, you have your own power, you're the boss of the house. You can start behaving like a jackass, you can start doing things which are wrong, you can be a tyrant, you can be a bully. Nobody is there to tell you. Sometimes I have to keep reminding myself that my wife and my baby, it's like I'm the larger than life character in front of them. I can't bully them, I can't shout at them. They'll not say anything. It's not right. I don't want to be that kind of bad guy. So I'm just trying to be aware of how I am as an individual. So on one side, I don't want to be like where they can walk all over me. On the other side, I don't want to be too much of a grumpy, grouchy, moody character. I want to give them the good moments as well. Then the other thing which I want you to be aware of is, I think your habits, grooming habits, how you take care of yourself. Like if you notice, I've clean shaved. When I don't like shaving every day. There used to be a time where I did like it. Now it's more like, what the hell. So I wait until it's like sizable or it's irritating. And when I do have to shave it off, I shave off all the private parts. I don't like hair anywhere. I just feel, it just feels so messed up. I trim it off. So always the head and the face, I first trim. I use, if you know, a dog trimmer. It has plastic blades, not the metal blades, because some areas sometimes just jabs the skin. But these plastic ones are soft, so it's very easy. First I trim it off, and then I use a Braun, that high-end, heavy-duty electric shaver. Cleans both the sides. And after that I scrub. I really scrub my face. I really scrub all the dirt, because I don't use hot water. If I use hot water, it would have pulled out the dirt from the skin. But because I always have bath in cold water, I need a little bit of extra effort. So I can use Dettol soap or whatever. I keep scrubbing. I use Nivea, Gillette, whatever. For me, I make sure the face is soaked, the beard is soft, and I shave against the grain. And I do it like a couple of times. It might take up to 45 minutes, because I want to ensure that I'm really taking care of my face, because the face is the first point of interaction between you and the world. So I make sure my face looks really fresh, pleasing, nice. Even the bath that I have is always, I smell amazing. My wife is like, ooh, the whole house smells of what you have, your shower gel. So yes, I trim my body, hair, and shave the private parts, and I feel fresh. I feel like $1 million. Feels nice. So I take care of myself. And those are some of the things that I tend to do. And last, if not the least, it's like I always give myself targets. I think it's very important to find out what drives you, what motivates you, and what pushes you out of your comfort zone. Because if that is not there, you tend to become very mediocre. You just tend to go with the flow, which is not good. You have to push yourself all the while. You have to redefine your targets. You have to tell yourself, okay, I can do 100. What will push me to do 150? What will push me to do 200? So like that time when I had my target to buy the iMac, I'll tell you, day and night, I was just driven. I was obsessed. I was doing whatever it took. I was constantly thinking of ideas. I achieved the iMac. Okay. I made a couple of things like the gaming PC, the Nintendo Switch, the iMac. But, it's not every time about toys and things. Savings also need to be there. you know. So, and savings is not very exciting. So, I'm constantly figuring out ways how can I keep myself excited. Either it's the savings amount, or it is, okay, I'll get 10 clients and I'll reward myself with this, or I'll give my wife that. So it's very important to push yourself outside your comfort zone, like maybe reading a book. Like one of the things that I want to do is, okay, since I do profiles and resumes, I want to update my skills and knowledge in resumes and interviews. So I need to read maybe 20-30 books. I'll be updating you on this one. So yeah, these are the things that I wanted to share with you. In fact, if you watched this video right up to the end, here's a confession. I really was not in a mood to put a video today. I really was not. And I kept saying to myself, okay, I'll not, and this and that. But then when I went home, I saw my wife giving bath to my baby. So obviously the toilet is used. So then I took the camera and said, okay, I'll put it up. It was only then I realized I had promised myself every day I'll put a video, something of value to people. And that's me pushing myself out of my comfort zone. So then I was glad that, okay, take the camera, let's roll with it. Let's see what comes out. The video is crap, I'll just delete it. So, but at least I knew that I tried. Yeah. So, this is me pushing myself out of my comfort zone. So try doing the same. Push yourself out of your comfort zone as well. That's how you learn. That's how you get better. That's how you grow as a person. So guys, I hope this video added some value. Do put your comments down below. I always read them. You can give me your ideas, your apps that you have for, whether it's Windows, whether it's Mac, productivity, techniques, whatever. I'm very open. I love listening from you guys, and that's how we go. All right, we're signing off for now. I'll go back home, get fresh, start my day. You guys take care.